these niggas talking, yeah, they sad, hollering game, but they really, yeah. I know I got the whole man. I got a message, tell them kiss my ass.
Hey everybody, I want y'all to excuse my appearance right now, but I'm trying to take my hair down, and it's been a while since I had it up. I think I got these braids like the 1st or something of February, and I had surgery on the 4th, so I really couldn't take my hair down and shampoo it and get it done. And I still can't shampoo it, but I just decided I'm just tired of having them up, so I'm just gonna take them down. And I was also bored, so I decided I was going to make this video for the ladies that I just wanted to give you guys a little information about taking care of our bodies. This is the 2nd time around that I have had to have a fibroid surgery. And I know here recently, they have talked more about fibroids and them being, you know, more serious. And I'm here to tell y'all that it's really, really serious. Back in 2017, I had fibroid removal surgery, which is called a myomectomy. I had 17, no, I'm thinking about the year. I had 20 fibroids in all. At first, they didn't know. Good Lord. At first, they didn't know how many I had. All they kept telling me is they knew during my ultrasounds that I had multiple fibroids. And they didn't know until I actually got on the table that I had as many as I had, which was 20. Well, they removed 15. That was in 2017. They removed 15. They left 5 because they felt like due to the location, they weren't cancerous. I get that shit mixed up. But they were not cancerous. So, and then they were in locations and they were so small that they didn't want to risk trying to get them and, you know, clip me in some type of way and I could have bled out or anything. So they left those 5 in. Well, as the years went past, I started having problems again, pain, and, you know, they would get so bad so I would have to go to the emergency room. Pain, vomiting. The pain would be so severe that I know one time, I think it was back in the end of January, the beginning of February of 2020, I had to go back into the hospital, and I was there for like almost a week. And they were growing. They couldn't really figure it out at first, but they were growing. Again, the 5 that I had. Well, since then, shit, I hope I'm not cutting my hair. Well, since then, when I decided that, hey, recently they had been bothering me way too often. I'm talking about I'm in the emergency room back to back, week after week.
Back to back, to back to back.
You know, more and more problems. So, end up going back to the doctor, getting ultrasounds and going back through the procedures. Not only did have those fibroids, they had grown from being 4 and 5 centimeters from when I was in the hospital in 2020. They had grown at the end of 2020 from 4 and 5 centimeters to 8 and 9 centimeters, those 5. Well, not only that, they detected that I had 3 more that had grown. And those were up to 4 and 5 centimeters. So a big part of them was stress. They grow and, because of stress. And, a lot of times we got to eat right, exercise, take care of our bodies. A lot of things we take into our bodies is not good for, women. We will have so many issues. And, we not realize what can really be bothering us. And we all know stress, they say blood pressure and all that stuff, all that's silent killers. And if y'all not getting checkups and all of that, it's really best to, because, after finding out that I had 3 more fibroids that had grown along with the 5 that they left in me, and they were growing so rapidly, I had to have something done. I'm on the road, for those of you that know that I drive for a living, and I drive for FedEx. I don't have my own trucking business, so I drive for FedEx. I paid my way through Roadmaster with the help of my mother and, my brother. They was good support, but that's how I got my CDLs. And FedEx is who I work for. Now, could I have hooked up with Fred Smith, the owner of FedEx, and came up? I would have took that opportunity. But that's another story that I will tell later. But anyways, those of you that know, I drive for FedEx, and I do not have my own trucking business. So therefore, I didn't have to lay down to get a trucking business started. I started having problems driving when I was on the road, pain and having to stop, and, 911 having to come and get me from off the road, like I had to leave my loads and they had to come be recovered by another driver, but I had to wait there until those loads were recovered because you can't leave the load. So, I was catching it. I remember when I had my first surgery, I had somebody to tell me, because somebody had told them that that's not even a real important surgery. That's not, anytime they gotta cut your ass open, it's important enough. Anytime they have to cut you open to remove something, it is important. Anytime you have to go under anesthesia, that is considered a important surgery, dangerous surgery, life-threatening surgery. It's a freaking surgery. And regardless to what somebody else may think about it, surgery is surgery. I don't give a damn if they laser your ass. It's surgery. So, anyways, this time, February 4th, I had to go back into the hospital, have another surgery done. And thank God I don't have them anymore. There was some consequences, behind this that, I got to deal with the rest of my life. But for the most part, I thank God that I don't, have to deal with the pain that came along with it. And, a woman that know if she's had them, the heavy bleeding and, like I said, the discomfort, the agonizing pain, it's not fun. So I dealt with all that on top of stress, unnecessary stress. And when you're going through something like that, Lord knows you need support. You need a good support system. And if you don't have one, find you one or get to yourself and be your own support, because having the wrong, people around you, or it makes shit worse. It makes it worse. So I'm healing. I'm going through my healing process. And I'll be glad as hell when I can get back up and go to work. To FedEx, not to the trucking business that someone thinks that I lay down for. Put it like that. But that's another story that I'm going to touch on. But at this point, I think something is way more important, that a message that I must send out to my ladies. That if you haven't had, annuals and checkups and all of that, I really advise you to do so, because things can progress and we not know it, and we just let the problems linger, and then the problem may calm down for a while, and we not even address it no more. As long as it's not giving us a problem at the time, then we not going to address it. But all the same time, that problem can be getting worse. So ladies, get your annuals, do your checkups. Anytime you feel like something is not right, go get checked. Let them know what the problem is, where it's coming from. It's important, because our bodies are important too. Our bodies are more than just a temple for male pleasure, or just for us to think, we want to look good. All of us want to look good, but also take care of our bodies in the meantime. Like I say, I'm healing. I feel good, regardless to the things that the devil throw my way to try to bring me down. I don't know why they keep doing it, because they don't see it don't break me. If things like this cannot break me, you can't break me. What somebody think about me cannot break me, will not break me, ever. People gonna always have something to say about you. If you're doing good, they gonna hate on you. If you're doing bad, they gonna spread it. And I made my own mistakes. I've done things that, tarnish my own character or whatever, out of anger, out of emotion or whatever, but I'm human. The thing that people are forgetting is, and I guess, I got to feel good about that, because they had such high expectations for me that they didn't expect me to be human all at the same time. And I appreciate y'all for putting me on such a high pedestal, that every one of my fuck ups that y'all had to publicize, and, y'all had to just make it known. Tiffany fucked up. Fucked up again. And, hey, I'm human. And a lot of things that I have done, you have done too. You have done too. I'm 42 years old. And if I didn't have a past, you might as well say I didn't live. And when I say past, I mean past. I'm 42 years old. If I didn't have a past, I didn't fucking live. And I can tell you now, baby, I live, and I don't regret not 1 ounce of my living, because regardless to whether it was good or bad, it taught me something. It taught me something to where I am today. And regardless to what a person, where they think I am today, I know where I am today. And that's not bothering nobody. That's not interfering in nobody's home. Tiffany's not interfering in nobody's home. I have a connection with nobody's home but my own. And that's been, for a good while now. Some people I've never had interference with their home. It's just what the streets wanted to say. And I dare not to call names on that, but I will later. It's another story. But Tiffany is in her own lane. She's not bothering nobody. She's not laying down to come up, because what I get, I earn. And that's another thing. They say I ain't got shit. Why you on me? If I done laid down with all these people to come up, and I done got businesses and all of that shit, how are you able to say I ain't got shit? I'm a bad, shut your mouth. If I did all this. And I'm an even badder one if I did it and I ain't got shit. Anyways, I'm going to touch bases on quite a few things. And one thing being, don't touch on my past when you got one of your own. When your past surpasses mine.
Okay.
Tiffany ain't never been married. So I had a right to live. I had a right to live. You have people that have been in those situations a number of times. They didn't got themselves locked in with the law and every damn thing else with somebody else's husband and men while being married. But they want to speak on little old single old Tiffany that can't find her own man. That's not the case. And one thing about it, I really think it takes, Lord, I want to save this shit for another day. I want to save it for another day, but it's on me so tough. It's on me so tough, I just want to say something. What I teach my daughter, I think I've done damn good so far. Kids don't always listen to what we say. But for the most part, I think the example that I have led for mine, she's done pretty good. She's an A and B student in school. She's never failed a grade. I don't have to worry about her being in trouble. She's not a disrespectful child that gets in my or no other adult's business. She respects all adults in every aspect of my life, I know. I'm not saying she's perfect, but that's the way I taught her. I don't care if I do have a difference or a beef or whatever with another individual that's an adult. I want you to stay in a child's place. I want you to remain in a child's place, because a disobedient, disrespectful child, days shall be cut short. And before I do that, I will teach my child to remain in her place, because I don't want my child's days to be cut short, because I'm teaching her to disrespect other adults. And that's including her other parent, her father, her stepmother, nobody else. I don't do that. And one thing I can say, I'm 42 years old. Hell no, I ain't just had no one or two guys in my life. And just like we all of us women, we ain't just had no one or two niggas. But you can guarantee my child didn't know about all of them. And the only few that she did know about, it wasn't like it was no in and out type of hit and run type of I didn't show her that. I'll never show her that. Because it's more important things that I don't want her to take from that, living that type of life. Living, it's okay to to hump on Tom, Dick, and Joe. Because if you happen to get pregnant, you may not know who your child's father is.
You are not.
That's not what I want to teach my child. I've taught her, so far, I think, I've raised her to be a pretty decent child. She works. 3 months after starting her job, she was promoted to crew lead. She's had 2 raises since then. My daughter make damn near probably a lot more than some adults make. Not trying to put nobody down or nothing like that. But she know how to get her paper. She values her job. She hate missing work because she hate for her money to be cut short. My child holds down a job because I've always taught her, I want you to be able to take care of yourself. The day the good Lord take me from this earth, I want you to be able to take care of yourself, or getting prepared to be that way. If I don't be here and her father be here, I know she gonna be good. I know her father gonna take good care of her. She got, a pretty good example for a stepmom. And that's another story too, as far as bashing them. Never. Me and my child's father has had some differences, true enough. Yes, we have. But never to the point that I felt like I just wanted to bash him. Because it was always more important for my child to have her father in her life. And had I wanted to bash him, I could have very well kept her out of his life. If I wanted to be the basher. Normally when a woman bashes a man like that, she keeps that child out of that man's life. And I've never done that. Never wanted to do that because I love my child too much for that. See, people need to start looking at and speaking on their own situation before they start trying to speak on somebody else's. Me and my child father, no, we don't have too much interaction and too much, conversation or nothing like that. And it ain't the fact that we get into it so much or nothing like that. It's nothing like that. They living their lives and I'm living mine. I've always wished them well. Everybody's not always going to be on the same page. But for the most part, I think when it comes to raising our daughter, we have always been on the same page. I mean, like a father may have a few things that look different. Like, when the girl started growing up, getting her nails done, having her first boyfriend, this and that. A father don't want to let that go. And I'm not saying it's wrong. Because, he just wasn't ready to let his little girl go like that, But for the most part, I can never bash him and say that he hasn't been a good father. We have had some differences. We have looked at things different ways. He have made mistakes as a father, just like I have made mistakes as a mother. Neither one of us has been perfect as parents when it comes to raising our daughter and co-parenting our daughter. But I can never sit up and say I bashed that man like, he wasn't a good father. I've had my mistakes too. And I don't think he's bashed me as a mother. We just grew apart and went our separate ways. And I respect their lives. I don't interfere in their lives. I get along with his wife as I want it to be, because my daughter has to be around them and with them. And I want everything to be good for the sake of her. That's more love and double and triple love for her. That's the side people don't see about me. Everybody want to, throw out things like I'm this and I'm that type of person, and I'm unhappy and this and that. No, I'll never be an unhappy person that I want to wish unhappiness on somebody else. That's not me. And once we break up and move on with our lives, I no longer have nothing to do with who you with. I'd be damned if I focus on how you living with somebody else. If we done broke up and years done passed, what the hell I'm still worried about what you doing with somebody else for? What I'm gonna still take out time, a shitload of time at that, to bring up what you doing with somebody else, or to try to slander somebody's name that's with my ex. Why am I gonna do that? That don't mean I haven't moved on with my life. That don't mean I'm still bitter because I didn't end up with my ex. That don't mean I'm showing the world that I got so much time to put into my ex and who he's with, regardless to what they going through. If he cheating on her, she cheating on him, what the hell I'm going to sit up and put any time into them for? I don't give a damn. Sometimes people don't realize and they don't see, they make themselves look worse than how they try to make the person name look that they trying to slander. Because I bet can't now one of my exes say, I done got on no media and tried to bash the person that they with. Because see, the person that I could be with gonna look at me and say, how the fuck can we move on and live a good life and you putting all this time into these folks and into this woman that ended up with your ex? Make it make sense. What they say, make it make sense, boo. People gonna get enough. Especially when you got so much of a past, so many skeletons, so many demons. A lot of them skeletons Tiffany ain't never had. I'm not saying I ain't had none. But boo, you could never.
A pussy hoe could never
make me look like you do. If you got that much time to take that much time to slander my name, baby, that's just extremely too much time. I wouldn't show the world that I'm still wrapped up on somebody else like that, and that I got that much hatred for somebody. I wouldn't show the world that. I'm moving on with my freaking life. Come on. 7-8 years after the fact. And not only 7-8 years after the fact that I hadn't moved on and I'm still hurting, but 7-8 years after the fact that I'm going to do something to react, to let the world know that I'm still worried about not only my ex, but who he dealing with. That's crazy. That's not the Tiffany y'all will ever see out of me. But anyways, I said I'm going to save some of these, issues and stories for another day. So I'm going to wrap this up. I want to just start off letting my ladies know, y'all get y'all checkups. You got problems and issues, get them handled right then and there, because you don't want a problem to linger and, issues and situations get worse. If you need any advice or whatever, questions about what's going on, I've been through it 2 times over with these surgeries from fibroids and all of that stuff, so I'm always here to help before I am hurt. I ain't gonna hurt nobody. I ain't gonna tell you nothing to hurt you. I may tell you something to hurt your feelings if you come at me and I need to, put your ass in your place. But who don't. But anyways, check me out. Another day, another story. I got so much that I want to get off my chest, and I feel like, nobody knew my side. Everybody had their input. And not that I feel like I have a point to prove to nobody, but everybody got so much to say. Why not tell my side? And my side ain't always going to be perfect. My side ain't always going to be right. I know I have done some wrong. That situation right there, I was freaking wrong. And I've been living with that all these years, just saying I was wrong and thinking that, maybe one day I could have made amends or just let them know, you know what I'm saying? But I see now some people don't grow here. They don't grow. So I'll just continue to go to God about that issue. But one thing you will not do is try to bash and slander me and put out a bunch of lies and put me on a bunch of people that ain't never been on me and all of this shit just to make yourself look better. No, you won't do that. One way or another. And I'm trying to grow and trying to, you know what I'm saying? Ain't everybody gonna make mistakes. Till the day we die, we gonna make mistakes. So I'm not saying I'm gonna be a perfect woman or whatever, but I'm trying my damnness to, move forward. It's a lot of things I could be doing that I said, look, that situation right there is one of the main reasons why I don't repeat doing something that could hurt another person, because it caused me triple the hurt. And I'm not ashamed to tell nobody that. And I'm here to tell any woman, that's something. Think about it. When you do something like that to hurt a woman, that shit coming back on you. And when it come back, it don't mean every time it happen, you getting your karma. That ain't it. I got karma, damn it, shortly after. Sometimes it ain't karma, it's just you getting who a person really is. So I'm not ashamed. A lot of people want to make sugarcoat shit, make it look like it's sad that people will celebrate what they feel like is another person's storm. But that's okay. Because regardless to, what people celebrating, getting a cheap ass Sutter Home wine and go get your Dollar General ass, wine glasses and celebrating what you think is my storm. Don't forget, you ain't done living. Your storm brewing too. But anyway, I'm gonna go on and wrap this shit up. I didn't mean for it to be this long. I got a whole lot of shit I want to talk about. And I'm gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna get it off my chest. And damn what anybody think about me. Because this will be my way of getting my truth out. But anyway, y'all have a good day. I'm going to finish taking my damn hair down and continue to heal. I hope something that I've said will help somebody and, further, things that I may have to say. I hope what I have to say in my story, the stories of my life, will help somebody. So, anyway, peace out.